Imagine a government intentionally turning its own money into worthless paper overnight, triggering an immediate economic shockwave across a billion-person country. At exactly 8 p.m. on November 8, 2016, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi went on national television and announced all 500 and 1,000 rupee notes would cease to be legal tender at midnight. This chart shows the composition of India's currency at the time. The 500 and 1,000 rupee notes accounted for exactly 86.4% of all the physical cash circulating in the country. The government didn't phase these bills out over months or years. It was a sudden, highly secretive maneuver designed to catch the entire nation completely by surprise. Up until that evening, India had operated as an overwhelmingly cash-reliant society. Nearly 90% of all daily transactions, from buying groceries to paying wages, took place entirely outside the banking system. This heavy reliance on physical currency fueled a massive shadow economy, a system of illicit financial activity existing outside of government oversight. In India, untraceable cash allowed for rampant tax evasion, corrupt real estate deals, and cross-border funding for militant groups. To flush out this hidden wealth, the government set a trap. Citizens were given 50 days to deposit their old, invalidated notes into formal bank accounts, forcing them to reveal their actual wealth to tax authorities. This chart breaks down the targeted currency's total value. The state assumed people hoarding massive amounts of illicit black money would be too terrified to step inside a bank, leaving 20 to 30% of the old notes to simply expire. The original design of this policy was a tactical weapon. The government took a massive gamble to physically isolate and destroy the country's stock of hoarded illicit wealth. But the morning after the announcement, the plan collided with reality. The sudden lack of valid currency triggered a severe liquidity shock, freezing commerce across the country. Desperate citizens rushed to exchange their life savings before the deadline. The sheer volume of people overwhelmed the financial infrastructure, leading to massive, tightly packed queues outside every bank branch. Without cash to pay for seeds, raw materials, or daily wages, supply chains collapsed. The agriculture sector, small manufacturers, and casual laborers found themselves entirely paralyzed. The extreme speed of the cash withdrawal inflicted immense economic pain on the people who relied on daily cash to survive. The very informal workers the policy was never meant to target. Months later, the dust settled, and the Reserve Bank of India finally published the data on the returned currency. Instead of trapping 30% of illicit wealth, 99.3% wealthy tax evaders bypassed the trap, breaking massive cash hoards into thousands of small, unsuspicious proxy deposits to launder their money back in. With the primary goal of destroying black cash effectively defeated, official messaging pivoted. The state began emphasizing a new macroeconomic motive, formalizing the economy. When the tactical trap failed to neutralize the stock of illegal wealth, the government retroactively framed the crisis as a necessary mechanism for forced modernization. The abrupt removal of physical cash created a massive behavioral vacuum. Hundreds of millions of people who had never used digital devices to buy groceries suddenly had to find alternative ways to transact. To keep the economy moving, citizens rapidly adopted digital wallets and the Unified Payments Interface, or UPI. UPI is an instant, real-time payment system developed by the Indian government that facilitates interbank peer-to-peer transactions via mobile devices. This shift brought advanced financial technology directly to street-level microeconomies, permanently altering how everyday commerce is conducted. The severe pain of the cash ban inadvertently acted as a powerful catalyst, accelerating India's transition into a global leader in digital public infrastructure. There was a secondary, structural victory hiding in the deposit data. By forcing everyone to return their old notes to the banks, the government successfully mapped the dark corners of the cash economy. Every deposited note left a data trail. Authorities used this new influx of financial records to identify tax evaders and pull millions of previously unrecorded citizens into the formal tax net. We can see the long-term macroeconomic result on this chart, tracking India's combined tax to GDP ratio. As the informal sector was forcefully formalized, the country's tax collection showed a distinct, sustained upward trajectory. Looking back over a decade later, the narrative from day one contrasts sharply with the eventual reality. The ban was sold as a tool to burn corrupt money, but its actual legacy is completely different. While it failed to destroy the stockpiles of criminal cash, demonetization succeeded as a brutal, high-risk structural shock that dragged an informal nation into the modern traceable digital age.